Welcome back to the National or Northern Rock Racing Series, race number 2. This is the, let me make sure I get this right here. This is the Holley EFI Northern Rock Racing Series, race number 2, presented by Venom Shifters. We are happy to be here at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park. If you notice, between the break, Bree and I, we had to layer up just a little bit. The sun is gone and it is cold. It has gone from hot to windy to cold, back to hot, and then now we are back to overcast.
Very quickly out here.
Absolutely. So, glad to be back for Hill 2. We're going to run our Rocklife Off-Road UTV stock class, and then we'll be running our UTV Unlimited. The stock class will go first, and then once they're all done, the Unlimited drivers will go seamlessly into Hill 2 for them as well. Like, great hills. I mean, I have no other words. Great first hills for both classes. It was a very entertaining first half of today. I encourage you, if you didn't get a chance to go watch it, go back, watch it, and enjoy it.
All right, I'm trying to find the live feed here.
No problem.
I can't find it. There we are. Okay.
Now, I can tell you that hill number 2 for the Unlimited UTVs, the hill between both of us right here, that is actually hill number 2 for the UTVs. So we're going to be right in the action again, right in, I don't want to say dangerous way by any means, but projectile off the hill is definitely calling our name on this one.
All right, so our Rocklife Off-Road UTV stock class, Hill 1, first place was Paul Wolf with a 61. Second place was James Cantrell with a 67. And Brandon Davis in third with a 72.1. We had 11 drivers in the stock class.
I will say that Brandon Davis, who is sitting in third in the stock class on Hill 1, raced that very same rig in the Unlimited class and put a whooping on it.
He's building a Can-Am, right, for the Unlimited?
Everybody's building a Can-Am.
Well, this is true.
Hey, we have a guest up on the production trailer. This is Mr. Go For It.
Half that size last time I saw him.
My goodness.
He's already got a bicycle.
He's what?
Already got a bicycle.
Wow.
Amazing watching the children of rock bouncing grow up. Absolutely amazing, but glad that this is a family environment. Yeah, like the whole family's out here. There's groups of kids running around playing in the dirt like they should be, so happy to have a welcoming environment for all. I can hear the engines getting started. I've got eyes on the starting line, so it looks like everyone is getting into place. Cameras are getting into place, and it's going to be a good day of racing here. A good wrap to our full day of racing.
Having some struggles here. We're going to try this again. I got to be able to know what everybody's saying.
That didn't sound good.
All right, we have the official go-ahead from Garion, our pit master. Pit boss.
She is the true gatekeeper. That's right. She is the true gatekeeper of when you shall pass.
Okay, Gandalf.
That's right. Thank you. Glad someone got the reference.
Oh, I'm a Lord of the Rings nerd.
I said it, and then I didn't. I was like, that'll probably be a miss.
I
But
get you any Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
I appreciate it.
Little tidbits over here. All right. Not sure who we're gonna start with. It's gonna be somebody here in the middle of the pack. Maybe Brandon. I don't know. We can't see the starting line from where we're at in the production trailer here, so anybody's guess. We'll all find out together. But we are here for the Holley EFI Northern Round number 2. This is our 5th race overall for the season so far. And we are at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park in Bedford, Kentucky. This weekend is presented by Venom Shifters. And we are about to start rocking and rolling on Hill 2 for the Rocklife UTV stock class.
Exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. Now, we saw that Hill 1 gradually got worse and then seemingly got better towards the end there. I will say that some of our more veteran drivers were kind of wrapping up the drivers list for us and made really short work of the course. I know that
It was fun seeing Jamie come out.
Yeah.
Jamie Coldiron come out and lay down the second fastest time.
Yeah.
1:01.
I mean, and almost towards the end, almost in the worst conditions of the hill.
And I gotta say, I don't think any of us were expecting to get a fast time like that once the hill, was getting so slick.
Yeah, so I have a feeling the hill behind us, if you can't tell, right where the tape is, there's a ledge, and then just above that, there's another ledge. That's going to be hill number 2 for the unlimited class. I'm not 100% certain on what hill number 2 for the stock class is. If I understand correctly, I believe it will be wrong side here. It will be the hill right there for the stock class, which unfortunately is what we saw. One of the drivers in the unlimited class took that line. I was a little confused about course, things like that.
Jeremy Franklin, I believe.
Yeah.
And to be fair, after I walked this course, and I was telling you guys earlier, I had thought about racing in the stock class, so I even did some pre-running on it with 4-seat Razor. Rolled over. Decided to save it for the short course tonight. But after being out there on the course and being very confused as well, I mean, it can happen to anybody. It's an easy mistake to make. There's between both classes and Bounty having sections on this hill.
There's a lot of entry points, a lot of flags, and it is very possible to get confused as well. But our course has been taped up from Hill 1 to help drivers know exactly where they're going. So we should be getting started here rather soon. So while we have a few minutes of downtime, I encourage you, let us know if you're watching, where you're watching from, what you're up to. If you're joining us wrapping up work, or if work's over for you, let us know, because it's a great Friday. We're going to have a great day of racing tomorrow.
So mention that this is our 5th race for the season so far. That means we have a pretty big break after this.
Yeah.
Our next season race won't be until August at Hawk Pride, which is kind of crazy.
That's a ways away.
Between now and then, we have Visions at Mid-America in Oklahoma. So, why don't we just talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys were at Mid-America just a brief 2 weeks ago, and you got to see some of the fresh updates they have. How did it look?
Oh, but they've got a restaurant now, a coffee shop, a general store. The Lazy River is, you can see where they're working on it. It's all, the path has been cemented and everything. It's going to be awesome. I mean, everything they've already added is, and I know everything that's coming will be too. So Visions will be July 16th through the 24th. I would imagine you could come for any part of that week, whatever interests you. Every day literally has something different going on. So check out the website at midamericaoutdoors.com. Like Saturday the 17th, there will be a special allowance for UTVs to drive out of the park and into town. So it's a cruise to town with a barbecue competition, car show, live music.
Speaking of live music, they announced the concert list.
Yeah, for here tonight?
No, for Visions. And holy cow, Trace Adkins is headlining.
Trace Adkins.
Saving Abel, Puddle of Mud. I mean, come on.
Some legit names. The entertainment is going to be, if you say sitting on the side of a racetrack is not your thing for the day, go sit on the side of the Lazy River, go sit in the Lazy River and have some entertainment. There's going to be a little something for everybody, truly. There's going to be monster trucks and obviously the bouncers and the UTVs. There's bull riding.
Yeah, UTV, short course racing, and everything you can think of. But
knockout racing.
Amazing stuff. But we are back to racing here. We've got a driver on the line right now. If I'm not mistaken, I'm using my eagle eye here. It looks like Brandon Davis on the line.
Okay,
what eagle eye do you have?
Scott Gary's coming up.
It's one that doesn't work because that's not Brandon Davis.
Who is this?
Talk about some of our great
Scott Gary.
Scott G.
EFI Holley right there. Mickey Thompson. Interstate Batteries, Lucas Oil.
Scott G running the Polaris Wide Boy.
Rocklife Off-Road.
Travis wants to know, is Jesse running the RC class?
No, not running it. Unfortunately, my steering servo did not come in time, and I didn't get the car prepared. Now, it's funny that Travis actually asked, because Travis built me a new RC car to compete in the unlimited class. So I haven't debuted it yet, haven't put any pictures up of it. Travis, I'll send you some pictures here in the next week, because it's very cool what that machine has turned into. Travis Vance builds custom RC chassis for an incredible price. I mean, I can't help but mention it because it's so reasonable. So if you're looking to get into the unlimited class, one of the restrictions for the RC Unlimited is that you have to run a metal chassis. Travis, he runs Addictive Racing in that Addictive RC Racing series. Excellent work at fabrication work. Reach out to him on Facebook and get all that squared away. But we've got a driver coming up and getting ready to just pass through the Lazy River.
Scott Gary. Now the stock class is going to be running the same course that they ran for Hill 1. So you guys might notice that looks familiar down there.
He is moving through the woods.
Billy, our top 3 for Hill 1 in the stock class was Paul Wolf, James Cantrell, and Brandon Davis.
So, Mr. Scott G, that was a great run. I mean, that was quick through the woods and made those turns pretty quickly as well. One of the cool things you can do with a stock machine, like a full body, one thing that you can do with a full body is that you can steer really well. So getting around these tight turns is a little easier in a full body machine.
All right, Daniel Heckley over here heckling us.
Hey, tomorrow when I race.
Yeah, you got to come over tomorrow now. 69.914 for Scott Gary.
That time, if he had put that down on Hill 1, would have put him in 3rd place. That was quick. Very, very quick. So we did not have a stock driver break the 1 minute mark on Hill 1. Since they're running the exact same hill, do you think that we'll have someone break 60?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's the exact same thing they already ran. I would definitely expect the guys like Paul and James, Brandon to push harder than they did on Hill 1 even.
I just saw Danny Smith drive by in a UTV buggy.
Huh?
I saw Danny Smith drive by in a UTV buggy. I know it. And we are back to the bright sunshine. Just not sure it can make its mind up today.
All right, I think that means we'll be going back to Adam Kinnitz.
Okay, race day, here we go.
Being on the line.
New course.
But we've got a hold on the course right now. They're fixing something up there. All right.
And remember now, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, it's going to be a game changer right here. Probably the UTV.
So
what
while
do you guys think is going to be the fastest time on this hill?
Yeah, that's a great question to ask. I was about to say while we wait. I think some of the things that will make or break this race course for every single class this weekend is going to be carrying momentum, right? About halfway through last class, we saw that if you did not, position yourself where you could carry momentum up that initial climb, you kind of got in a sideways position. So it looks like we have James Cantrell's old buggy.
Yeah, Adam Kinnitz.
Adam.
Out on the course. And speaking of carrying the momentum, there's also so many places on this course that will just crush your momentum.
Like
I talked
dead
about
stop.
Wade Goot knows about that. There's some ledges in the creek. There's a ledge right in the middle of this hill that Adam is about to be going up after he exits out of the Lazy River here.
Now, I also will say, Adam, that's the last time I'll refer to that as James Cantrell's buggy. This is from now on Adam's buggy, not James's anymore. Really an up close and personal shot.
Up and over that ledge, nice and easy.
Adam showing off some driving skill there, no doubt.
Oh no!
And maybe some not some driving skill there, but definitely a tight course, and he was carrying a ton of speed into that.
You know
So
what, Jesse? Even the best of drivers roll over sometimes.
it's right. You did this morning, so
Seeing as that's how I started my day out.
that's right. And we've got a long night of racing ahead of us, so I'm sure that it will not be the end of our rollovers.
Shout out to everybody that came over and rolled us back over, by the way, because Big Booty Judy is not a lightweight.
She's a big girl.
Roll that 4-seater back over.
Yep.
We appreciate that.
Now, because the course safety team intervened, that'll go ahead and that'll be a DNF for Adam, unfortunately. It's not because they intervened, but he was flipped over to a point where he wasn't going to go back over, so that was the DNF.
All right, guys, do we have any guesses at what the fastest time is going to be? So they're running the exact same course that they ran for Hill 1. There was going to be a change, decided to scrap that, and so everybody knew in the driver's meeting it was going to be the same. Paul Wolf had the fastest time of a 61. What do you guys think is going to be the fastest time this time around? How much harder are these guys going to push now that they've already been on this course one time? Wayne says that Danny Smith is driving a truck right beside me.
That was not Danny Smith. I apologize, Danny. Your doppelganger's here.
Double. That's how Danny always lays down such a fast time.
That's right. You got two of them. He's got two of them. There's two of them out there.
Now we know.
My apologies, Danny.
Wow, man, when that sun comes out, it's intense.
It goes from cold to hot pretty quick here.
All right, Brandon Davis, our third fastest time, round 1. Let's see what he does now.
Had a little bit of issues on Hill 1 in the Unlimited class with this machine, though. I hope that, just a matter of having a tougher hill, really, but I hope that he comes out and corrects that, because he'll run this exact machine in Hill 2 for the Unlimited, as well as what he's doing now, Hill 2 in the stock class.
Hey folks, Brandon Davis right here. Here we go.
Now, we did speak to Wade Good, and he said that they did straighten his frame back out. And I just got word on the race radio there that Wade is going to run Hill 2 in that very same machine now that it's been straightened out. And Garion let us know ahead of time that Wade will be running that machine again, and that for our safety crew to go ahead and possibly get into a preemptive situation, or a preemptive mode, rather, just in case we have another failure out of that machine.
All right, we got a couple guesses.
So hands down, a faster time.
65.149 for Brandon. Yeah, definite improvement over his 72 on the first hill. And that is our fastest time currently of the 3 drivers that have gone. Some of our guesses that we have are a 58.4, a 62.8. Let's see, I thought I saw another one. Wayne says Danny wants to know if the lookalike is driving a nice buggy.
It was nice. It was. So that's why I know I get good vibes from Danny, and I know that Danny, he runs the best. So if it had been some hunk of junk out here running around, probably wouldn't have thought it was him, but it's a good looking buggy for sure out here.
All right,
so,
this is Will Stewart out on the course.
Don't forget about all that free stuff we're going to be giving away tomorrow down here tomorrow morning.
Will Stewart, the owner of Batcave Customs, making his way through the woods here. It's a world of difference in those stock Can-Ams, and just how much the suspension right out of the gate, how well it works, just right out of the box.
William Stewart out there kicking up them boards to that.
Huge splash of water on our camera there. Like it's very odd. Bree got up to actually grab a drink of water, and I was just doing that by myself, and it's very quiet near me. It's very strange, just like commentating into the abyss.
It does. It feels unnatural. I am very glad to have Jesse joining me this season, and Aaron.
Absolutely, and I've been very glad to be here. It's been fun to meet everybody and see everybody and see all the action in person.
75.118 for Will Stewart. All right, I think that means that James Cantrell should be up to the line. James had our second fastest time for Hill 1.
Until it gets wet.
Let's see what he manages to pull out now for Hill 2.
I am curious because I know he has told me more than anybody else for the short course race. I have a trophy, and it's a pretty big trophy. I was pretty surprised. Amazon has some great trophy options, and he has told me probably 5 or 6 times how good that trophy is going to look.
Home with him?
How good it's going to look in his shop and with his name ingrained on it. So
All right.
I wonder if he's thinking about that while he's doing this run here.
He doesn't have a second ride, does he?
No.
Well, we're about to find out.
Doesn't sound like he's being very considerate of that. Just from the absolute roar of that engine, James Cantrell is a wild man by heart and nature.
He got married like last 2 weekends ago. Maybe?
Absolutely, congratulations.
Congrats, yeah.
Can't believe I forgot that.
Woo, look at James Cantrell come through here.
It's definitely hauling the mail on that one. He is moving way faster than that camera lets on.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, if you have never been to a race in person, you really got to try. Go to the website and, that was a little zippy. See what we got going on for the rest of the season. We'll be resuming our normal season in August. See if there's one close enough to you. It's just so different being here in person.
I'm curious if James Cantrell is having a little bit of issues at the top there, if that was just the exit push from that vehicle.
66421 for James. Our fastest time currently is Brandon Davis with a 65, followed now by James Cantrell with a 66.
He shaved about 1.5 seconds off of his run from Hill 1 to 2.
Scott Gary in third currently with a 69. Wade Good. Very interested to see
Ooh, this is gonna be something to see.
what comes out of this run. He straightened the frame by pulling on it with a Jeep.
Yeah.
He said?
Yep, it's not always the best choice, but it's a choice for sure. I will say this too, and everyone pretty much knows this. Once something bends one time, if it gets rolled and from the factory, for example, you get a chassis. If you bend a chassis one time and you bend it back,
It's just never the same.
well, that metal's got a little bit of memory too. It's going to be a little bit more prone to probably do that again. So Wade does not leave anything left on the race course. So I'm curious how it'll go. I'm sure it'll go fine. But Curtis Lemon on the line.
I guess we are going to wait on
For the birthday bash, we really appreciate it right there. We appreciate all of our sponsors. So that's our 2 main sponsors for the whole weekend. Be sure when you're in any of those places that you tell us, hey, I heard you sponsor the birthday bash. Make sure you let them know that you did hear them down here. We'll make sure that
All right, Curtis
they
Lemon
know that we are
coming on through that Radflow suspension section. Whoa! That's a big splash. In the Lazy River.
So he took the wall head on.
He took the Wade line.
A little bit of a different line.
And there's that ledge.
He's just letting it dance left to right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dirty Toes, they've done a great job this year putting together this course.
Oh! Too much dancing.
It's not what you want to see,
Too much
especially
to the right.
especially in that plastic, that nice new Pro XP plastic. Does not like to be on its side.
Bummer.
Scott planted that tree. Oh, Scotty planted that tree. Okay.
So I mentioned how
Good job.
it's a little hard to tell from this angle, but the racers are making it up that first hill, cutting across sideways over the hill, and then they've got to make a sharp turn left and go up. And when they make that sharp turn, it's very off camera, and it just kind of throws you right over.
Yep.
Like what just happened to Curtis.
And we've seen multiple drivers have issues there today, including Dan Carter on hill number 1. Well, I guess it was in the unlimited class that Dan had a little bit of issues there. You know, not only rolled over once, but twice trying to get out of there just because of how off camber it is. And Dan, that's not me picking on you. That's just
That's a tough spot to get out.
It is. It would not be easy for anybody, hands down.
Especially when you're belted in so tight and you got your
You
harness
can't
on.
see.
You can't see anything.
Yeah.
You can't hardly move. Tricky. All right, we're about halfway through Hill 2 for the Rocklife Off-Road UTV stock class. Our fastest time right now is from Brandon Davis with a 65. And then James Cantrell with a 66 and Scott Gary with a 69. And then after we finish the stock class, we'll be rolling right on into Hill 2 for the Unlimited class.
I'm pretty excited for Hill 2 in the Unlimited. It's a beast of a hill.
And the sun came back out. Good stuff. If you guys are just joining us, you are watching Hillside Live. We are here at Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park in Bedford, Kentucky. And this is the Holley EFI Northern Round number 2. 5th race overall for the season. We are right smack dab in the middle of the season. And this weekend is presented by Venom Shifters.
Excuse me. Again, if you see us looking into space, it's because just making sure it's not a swarm of bees coming for us.
I still maintain if someone out there needs a name for their drone company, Beehive.
Absolutely,
Beehive Drone Productions.
So here is Dan Carter in the Magic full body. That full body has seen every race course, endurance, bounty, cup, everything you can think of. That machine has seen it. That machine has been beat on for a long time.
Hey, the video quality here's great. You guys are beautiful tonight.
Thank you.
The lighting looks great.
We're surrounded up here. They're coming
Yeah.
from all sides.
We got Mr. Will Stewart from Batcave Customs here joining us at the production trailer. Looks like a little bit of bad luck there for Dan.
Another one.
Yeah.
Dust.
It looks like almost in the exact same spot where he had the backing up issue. But we've got Will Stewart here at the production booth. Will, Can-Am, how you liking the machine?
Oh, they're great. They're great machines.
They're smooth looking.
Yeah, that thing's like almost everything stock on it. So I got to build it up a little bit, and it'll get there.
What are you going to change on it?
We'll do some just arms and stuff like that. Just keep it where it stays together. I think I've been on a radius rod, so
Yeah,
all
just
that has to be.
the basic stuff, right? So what do you think of this race course? Because obviously you're getting a little wet. Looks like you shed the fire suit.
Oh,
are you staying wet? Is the whole course wet? Because on this hill 1 here, it looked like drivers were all over everywhere. Is it wet out there? Because it doesn't look very wet.
Yeah, well, you're just going through in and out of some puddles and stuff like that, big puddles, and it keeps you wet all the way around for sure. Gets your tires all wet and sloppy up there on the hill.
Now, you come from the bouncers. Obviously, you took a little bit of a break. You recently sold your bouncer, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, no bouncer. It's been a while since you've been there. You're racing UTVs in the stock class. What's next for you?
I think I'm just going to build me a trail rig. I'm probably done build it good enough where if I wanted to race, I'll race it, but it's just going to be a trail rig, 2-seater, where I can take people rides and stuff. I miss that part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's not a lot of folks out there doing trail riding anymore in the big bouncers, it seems like. But it'll be cool. You got any spots you're looking forward to hitting in a trail machine?
Oh, just local parks.
Anyone in particular? You got one thing in mind you want to go hit?
I like Stony Lonesome and all that down there. It's a really good, nice park, good amenities and all that. Yeah, I'd love to race there again, but I mean, Wheeling in the Country is always a good one. It's right by the house, you know. It's an hour from the house or whatever, so it's kind of my local park. So,
well, it's awesome to have you back.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Will Stewart from Mr. Batcave Customs himself, back in the UTV game, enjoying the Can-Am life.
Wade Good is on the line.
Speaking of Can-Ams,
Wade Good's
this
on
one
the course.
is
There he goes.
it's Can-Am with a limp. I'll say this though, for what damage it just took, just a couple hours ago.
That it's out on the course again.
I'm surprised it can drive straight.
So if you were watching on Hill 1, let's see. We'll wait.
It's not perfectly straight there.
You might notice that front passenger side tires looking a little wobbly and awkward. Wade had a very sudden stop right into the highest part of the ledge in the creek there earlier. Kind of shoved that side back up into the frame.
And
more or less straightened out and is hitting the course again. For round 2.
I'll say he's definitely having some steering issues, getting it to go exactly where he wants. It looks like he wants to pull right, but for what happened to it,
no surprise.
That's impressive. I'm so surprised it can do what it's doing.
And it looks like he's probably got Ethan Martin in there with him again, if I had to guess. Definitely got a passenger.
It's kind of funny, that really hard left-hand turn that we've seen people have issues with, because the wheel was kind of tucked in and leaned over, it actually gave him a little bit more support going around that corner. It's kind of funny. I was actually turned around and watched it with my own eyes, and he was able to sling it around pretty good.
76.510
That's amazing.
for Wade. Brandon Davis still with his fastest time of 65, followed by James Cantrell with a 66, and Scott Gary with a 69. We've had a few DNFs. This hill is definitely getting some people with the rollovers.
It's the deceiving rollovers too. It's not necessarily. That's right. Right. It's not exactly in the places you'd expect. It's like old W. Bush said. It just lulls them into a false sense of security, and the next thing you know, you're on your side.
I certainly wasn't expecting it. Casey Howell out on the course. He had a, let's see, DNF. No, he finished. Oh, I see. I remember. He finished Hill 1 for both classes. He's racing stock and unlimited. I believe he had to finish the unlimited Hill 1 and 3-wheel drive, but he stuck with it and he made it.
Amazing that he got a time.
Okay, so who's your favorite today? Tim Cameron. Good job. Tim, well, these are problems. They didn't got something wet, didn't they? Right there. That's right.
That's exactly what I look like this morning. Over that ledge.
I wonder if he's in the 3-wheel peel again. No, it looks like all 4 pulling. Just a tough climb.
Gavin says, tell Wade he should have bolted all of his CA Technologies parts on. That probably would have helped, huh, Gavin? There we go.
That's the front end problem, although we're not really sure.
I think our camera guy had too much caffeine down there, whoever's down in the creek.
He is
a little jittery.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, and I think he's on very unstable ground too.
Yeah, if he's down in that creek, it is unstable. Casey once again staying with it.
top. We should have, I believe, 3 more drivers left.
Doing a good job.
Possibly 2.
142.393 for Casey. All right, we've still got Paul Wolf and Kai Clothier. Listening to the radio to see.
Hey, is this your first time down here, bud? What do you think about it?
All right, guys. Brandon Davis is hanging on to that top spot for Hill 2 with a 65. But we've still got Paul Wolf yet to go.
Awesome.
We'll see what happens.
That we will.
Well, let's see. Brandon definitely had a faster time on Hill 2. James Cantrell did as well. Yeah. Will Stewart had a faster time on Hill 2. So all these guys are definitely, you can tell that they've been on the track now once and they're pushing harder this time around. It sure helps a lot once you actually race it one time.
It does.
Familiar and have some idea
Yeah, and especially
what to expect. Because even if you pre-run, most of the time you're holding back a little.
it's race pace, right? Race pace really gives you it really lets you know how to run at race pace. I mean, for a lack of better words there.
All right, so this is Paul Wolf.
Throwing water out of that
Speaking
creek.
of everyone speeding up their times. His was a 61.5, the fastest on Hill 1.
A big shout out to G-Force Suspension Technologies, making this car float over that Radflow suspension section. G-Force Racing Technologies, excuse me.
Well, you can't hear fans. There you go. Woo, man, he's got some time going on now.
This is going to be a fast run.
Woo!
Will he beat Brandon's 65?
Good job, Paul. Good job.
62.030 for Paul. That is the fastest time on Hill 2. And also a little slower than his Hill 1 time, but he still managed to pull out the fastest time for Hill 2.
That's right. And if I'm not mistaken here, we should have one more go.
Yes, Kai Clothier.
Clothier. Apologies, Clyde. Okay, so I've got word that. Kai's front end was not pulling.
Oh,
that's right. So,
that's right.
So he's going to go ahead. It sounds like that Kai is not going to run. It'll be a DNF for hill number 2. Now I can go ahead and give you guys.
So our top 3 are the same drivers. Brandon and James just swapped second and third for hill 2. So you know what? I'll just let you do the rundown since you have the laptop. Keep forgetting about that.
I can do that for you. Straight into it. All right, everybody. I'm just getting this squared away here. Okay. So it looks like with a total time of 123.59 will be Paul Wolf. And in second place with a total time of 134.1, Mr. James Cantrell. And with a total time of 137.2, Mr. Brandon Davis. And then in fourth, we have Will Stewart. Fifth, Scott G. And then Casey Howell will wrap us out. Now, those that did not finish.
That's overall.
That's for overall. All of the other drivers had a DNF on at least one hill, so we'll go through that, but I'm going to let Clyde post the original, or not the original, the official results. But those are the unofficial official results for our Rocklife Off-Road UTV stock class.
Greg Meadows said he was the closest time. What did he win? Greg, you won our admiration for your guessing abilities.
Particularly Breeze. That'll work.
Well done, sir.
Our unlimited class is getting ready to take off the line here. We're just getting all of our T's and I's dotted here.
You dot your T's?
Sometimes. Depends if it's capital.
Depending on what mood you're in.
We have quite a few drivers in our unlimited class. Typically we're almost done wrapping up today by about 3:30, and we have an entire 20 drivers to run through.
Yeah, we've got a bunch still to come, but right now we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Eliminate burnt plug wires forever with Excel Ceramic Spark Plug Wires. High-temperature double silicone construction makes them ideal for turbocharged and supercharged engines or any car with headers. Find a set for your application today at excel-ignition.com.
All right. Yeah.
Problem.
I was telling Bree that I was up and on the road this morning bright and early to get here and make sure that we could bring you the race coverage. And it is that 3:45 in the afternoon feeling. It is. But how can we have a slump? How could,
caffeine.
that's right. I'm going to need some coffee.
We don't need caffeine, Jesse,
right.
because we're about to watch some high-class racing
Now-
happening with the RCV Performance Unlimited class presented by CA Technologies, and kicking off any minute now.
It's going to be a good hill. That's what's really putting it over the edge for me. Is this hill is going to be pretty good. Now, if you'll see, it's going to be the hill directly between us. I'm going to turn around and just verify.
Gotta get our bearings because there's a lot going on this hillside.
All right, so I'm being told it's not the one directly between us, but the one directly behind my back. So if you're looking at me, this nice, let's see if I can get this right here, all of this nice orange tape, this is going to be Hill 2 for the Unlimited. Equally, I mean, still very challenging. The other one's a little rougher, but this is definitely, I don't think they're going to run that one, actually. I think that Bounty will run the same courses as the Bouncers tomorrow, and I believe tomorrow Hill 2 is going to be really rough. Absolutely.
So y'all make sure you tune in with us tomorrow, and remember we are on Eastern time here in Bedford, Kentucky at Dirty Turtle. So don't forget that, because Dad and I definitely did this morning. We thought, my phone, I swear my phone has always switched time zones, and so I'm always like, well, I don't have to look at a clock or watch or change it or whatever. My phone changes. It didn't change.
Yep.
So we realized this morning that we thought we were doing good on time, and actually we're an hour behind.
So you got to wake up early on your Saturday to come enjoy rock bouncing at 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern.
Right?
It is, of course. Sit on the couch, enjoy your awesome day of racing.
Get some breakfast, get some coffee.
That's what I was doing when I wasn't here. I was at home watching, cheering you guys on, having a great time.
It's a way to do it. I could go for a donut right now. We're going to have to stop talking about breakfast.
A nice Waffle House. Sounds great.
I don't know about Waffle House.
There's no in between for me. I either eat very healthy or I scrape the bottom of the barrel.
Junk.
Yes. Give me the bucket of grease. I'm fine with it.
Well, I can attest you had a good healthy meal earlier.
I did.
I had grapes and a cheese stick. All right, we're going to quit talking about food now.
Good enough.
We're all going to be hungry and
we're all a little
hangry.
yeah, exactly. So
all right. If I scoot up, then I don't need my sunglasses.
Right, and after this, we will attempt to go live for our time trials. It's going to be the Racing on the Rocks, officially unofficial time trials race.
We call it the Roar? Like
the Roar.
ROR,
Sure.
Racing on the Rocks?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. The Roar race.
It could be a rotor race.
Rotor.
I like roar better.
Yeah, I think when you abbreviate a word, take the smaller words out.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. I like the
it is,
roar.
The officially unofficial roar short course race.
Should be a great time, but off the line, we have a driver right now.
This is Cooper Bentley.
I believe so. Man, he's fast. Holy cow. Those guys are coming very fast out of that straightaway.
Kim says to get Jackie to make us some donuts. I didn't know Jackie makes donuts.
I accept
Good,
payments in many
good
forms.
to know.
Just bringing an absolute tidal wave with it.
All right, this is Cooper Bentley. He is our first driver for the RCV Performance
It looked pretty straightforward in terms of
Unlimited class. That was a pretty quick run because he had a 46.166. Wow.
I'm telling you, this hill
That's
is
fast.
it's a pretty straightforward old school straight shot rock bouncing hill. I think that we're going to see a lot of these guys with upwards of 250 plus horsepower really dominate this one. There's a little bit of a ledge. Let's see if I can move in the right direction here. There's a little bit of a ledge. Well, we got somebody standing in the way. A little bit of a ledge there at the bottom, but I mean, once you clear that first ledge, it's
testing your weatherman skills.
yes, pedal to the metal, and you'll make it right out the top. Not too terribly difficult in terrain.
All right, Chad Molitor.
I think we'll see
on the line.
I think we'll see a 30-second run for Hill 2.
You think so? That's
Yep.
pretty fast.
Cooper was really fast.
46.
I think we'll see a 30-second run.
All right, fair enough.
You're really gonna have to bring the mail, guys.
All right, Chad Molitor in the Patriot on the line. We talked about it a little bit earlier. It's kind of an experimental, fun build. Not really made for a course like this, but something fun to bring out and give it a try anyway. And then, of course, we're looking forward to putting it on the short course track later this evening as well. So he was able to complete Hill 1. Honestly, we weren't really sure. This is my dad, by the way, for those of you that don't know. It doesn't have much in the way of reverse at all, and not much for turning agility either. Fortunately, when you're on a hill, you don't need too much reverse as long as you can put it in neutral.
Randy's got the RPM.
So Dad started building this with a friend, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago, and he said back then it had plenty of power. And now, though, with the competition the way it is, it's a little underpowered compared to what's out here. So just bringing it out for fun.
I love hearing it, though. It's got a different sound. It's a different style of machine. Totally one-off.
It's a Honda Blackbird.
And he can drive the wheels off of it. He just showed us really quickly how to drive that machine, and it is 0 to 100 on the throttle scale.
67.717. Yeah, glad to see Dad come out and be able to finish both hills with that thing, honestly.
Yeah. And
cut his sure what it would do out here, so.
Cut his time in half, too.
Yeah.
So a little bit more seat time is going to help him out on this one.
Jacob Mitchell, Cooper Bentley had a 46.166. All right, I think that means that Cash LeCroy should be on the line. Cash, of course, had our fastest time on Hill 1 with a 57.9. Considering the times that Cooper and Chad just laid down, I'm very interested to see what Cash can do with this.
This might be our 30-second
You
run.
might get your 30-second run.
Okay, race fans, here we go.
That guy, Trent Ratcliffe. Are you talking about the guy that just drove the Patriot?
Daniel Callahan's on the line.
If so, that's my dad, Chad Molitor. Did he say? No. Who is that? That's not Cash. This is Daniel Callahan. Ah, I see. We got my odds and evens mixed up.
That's okay.
And we had our late entries go first again.
Once I sort our finishers, my order completely goes out the window. So I'm completely relying on
It's
you.
anybody's guess, but
That's
this
right.
is Daniel Callahan out on the course.
I'm telling you, whoever decides to make it over that first ledge and then just mat it to the floor, that'll be a fast time. So while we're sitting here,
Got something in my eye.
I was trying to divert it just a little bit there for you.
50.788
Good job, buddy. Nice
for
job.
Daniel
Quick
Callahan.
time.
Anthony wants to know if we have the top 5 rundown from Hill 1.
Yeah, absolutely. So for Hill 1 in the unlimited class, let me get my my data all sorted back to Hill 1 real quick here. So Hill number 1 in the unlimited UTV class was first place Cash LaCroix. Second was Clint Garrison, run by Mr. Jamie Coldiron. And then third place is Justin Mitchell. So there's your top 3. We'll go ahead and do top 5. Why not? Christy Hutchins, run by Travis Skelton. And then fifth place was Ethan Martin. So those are the Hill 1 times. Hill 2 will be added on to those times, and we will combine them and get our overall winner for the day.
Well, we go by points,
Correct.
not combined times, just so there's no confusion.
Correct.
Unless there is a tie.
Correct.
All right. Tyler Bradley on the line, not Tyler Hudson.
The Black Widow buggy.
Here we go.
Excellent view of our race course there. Thanks to Eagle Eye Productions. Glad to have them here, especially at a course like this. We wouldn't be seeing much if it wasn't for our drone footage. It's a lot of ground to cover with regular cameras.
RC Cup Series show, and then come back to round
Original headache. Is that correct?
I'm not 100% sure, but I can tell you that'll be a fast run right there. So Mr. Tyler Bradley wrapping up his run there.
52.675.
You have a good time, bud? What's your favorite so far?
All right, Cooper Bentley still with the fastest time of 46.
You have a favorite racer?
So on the line we have Mr. Casey Howell. Now we saw him run in the stock class and he was having some front end issues, so we'll see how this goes.
Where you guys come? Fort Knox. That's right. You guys coming around all week or what? Good deal. Y'all get a cabin and tent? Got a rooftop tent. That's what I'm talking about. Something nice weather, no rain. Yeah.
All right, so our running order is changing up a little bit, but our pit boss Garion is
Always
down
on
there.
task. Always on task.
Just laughing, listening to the chatter over the radio right now.
I do enjoy our race family. I love getting the chance to hear everybody, and there's a certain kind of camaraderie that comes with the race community, and I know that everybody loves Garion, and she provides a really good structure for all of us here at the race organization. Keeps everybody in line.
She is master at herding cats. That's basically what it is, trying to organize all these drivers out here.
That's right.
Herding cats.
So we're still waiting for Mr. Casey Howell to take off the line.
Okay, we're making sure we had good camera feed. Shout out to Taylor helping us in the production.
Man,
trailer this weekend. You guys might have noticed, if you have a sharp eye, that Clyde is out on the track.
Yep.
Doing times like he used to do back in the day before he had the live show to run. And we've got Taylor in here very busily manning the station and bringing you guys all these camera angles today.
Absolutely killing it.
Big
And
thanks to him.
yeah, and the learning curve has been very steep, so we're very excited to have him on board. Absolutely.
I've done a little bit playing around in there. Clyde's showed me some stuff, and it's a lot of multitasking.
It is, but he's doing an excellent job, hands down.
All right, this is Casey Howell. Back for his 4th run. He raced both classes today. He has managed to finish 3 hills so far. And he finished his 4th.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking we'll get a 30-second run. Whew. The cold air set back in on us. It's crazy. It just goes from bright sunshine and just instantly makes me regret wearing shorts today. Very cold.
66.125 for Casey.
I think that's actually going to be his fastest time of the day.
It is. Definitely is. Billy wants to know what happened to Wade Good and TC on Hill 1. Well, Wade hit a rock ledge real hard coming through the creek, and that stopped him very abruptly and crumpled up part of his frame.
It was pretty bad.
He was able to get it somewhat straightened out and did Hill 2. And Timmy...
So in the Unlimited...
had a little trouble...
just climbing the hill, straight up.
Climbing the hill, a little motor...
That's what it was.
I guess, and it, nothing dramatic, but just slowed him down just a smidge.
It's true. Looks like water was possibly the issue, but then he also got really close to a flag too. So he's, was at a standstill on the hill for 5 or 6 seconds, and that time completely adds up. On course, we've got a view of Mr.
Tyler Heinzel.
Perfect.
Tyler Heinzel. Our camera guy in the splash zone there.
Tyler Heinzel putting down a great run there. Had to back up one time, which will cost him a few seconds, but pretty good overall.
Cover the top, please.
Oh no. He turned over just before the finish line.
That's a bummer.
Oh.
Race fans, let's give it up for him right there. 45.
That is a bummer. Of all places, right when you make it to the end.
Yeah, so right there at the top of the finish line, there's like this little kicker jump thing that just basically throws you up in the air just to slow you down a little bit, and it looks like
Vision RV Valley up there.
I believe that is our one for the UTV Cup class, or our Cup class. Tomorrow the Valley is big. They have had about an 8-foot cutout on the bouncer hill number 2. They've just dug like an 8-foot wall, and they're just going to look at the bouncers and say, go for it. It's going to be quite the show. I was talking to Clyde. We were talking to Clyde earlier, and Clyde expects quite a few recoveries tomorrow on Hill 2.
I feel like we're watching like a beetle that fell over or something, trying to get back on its feet.
It is a super interesting perspective there.
There it is.
He's all rubber down now, boys. Rubber down. Good to go.
I don't know what's worse, rolling over right in front of the finish line after you think you've had a great run, or rolling over right off the finish line and not even getting a chance at your run. I don't know. What do you guys think? Which one is worse?
That's tough. They both hurt for different reasons.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate that for Tyler. I think that means we'll have Brandon Davis coming up next. We'll all find out together. Billy, yes, Cash has been on point and yes, super consistent, especially in the last couple races.
Last or 2 weekends ago.
I don't know who lit a fire under that kid, but
he's ready.
it's working.
He is ready. But I can hear Tyler Heinzel's getting off the hill for us, getting everything, the race course cleared. We've got a driver on the line waiting for us to give the green flag to go. Yeah, we got sprayed with like a few dust clouds today, and I actually just wiped my face off, and it'll work. I don't know yet. I'm gonna get a brief up there with Will, and we'll get the details figured out. I know that we're still gonna do Han's helmet and stuff like that. Yeah, come on up. A familiar face for Bree.
All right, Pops. Hill 2 looked like it went a lot better for you. You cut your time in half.
It did. Hill 2 was a little better, a little less turning, but still I bloodied my thumb. I was trying to turn that wheel. That steering is so slow. That thing's not made for this kind of course,
No.
but we're going to go to the track in about a half hour. Right?
We're gonna have a good time.
It's going to shine there. It's still together. It survived.
That's the principal winner of the weekend right there. It's still together.
This is the first time that you've really had that thing on anything. Have you taken it on any of the woods trails at home much?
I have, but just peeling around there, you're not really racing for time. It's not as big a deal. It seemed faster there.
As it always says. So overall thoughts of the buggy, are you pleased with it? Are you like, I've got to make this change?
Different motor in it, CVT instead of all that shifting, different steering.
So big upgrades.
And reverse would be nice.
That is good.
Everything else is good. We'll keep the rest of it.
That's awesome.
Suspension's good.
Are you? I was actually just about to comment on the fact that Radflow suspension section, you took it just about better than anybody else. It's excellent.
Well there. It does real well there. Who's this, Brandon?
This is Brandon Davis.
That's Brandon Davis.
So what do you think the fastest time on Hill 2 is going to be? Because it's pretty much that first ledge, and then it's a straight shot, and you got the little bump at the top there. But what do you think fastest time-wise?
And who's gone so far? What's the best?
I think the best time we have right now is a 46.
4.7.379 for Brandon. Just put down the second fastest time.
I'm going to say 44.
Cooper Bentley came out the gate and laid down a 46.
Whoa, he did?
Yeah, he was our first driver for Hill 2. And then Brandon Davis just now with a 47.3. And then Daniel Callahan with a 50.7.
It's tight. It's going to be a tight race.
All right, guys.
Well, thanks for coming up here, Mr. Molitor.
You're welcome.
See you in a bit.
Thanks for taking care of us.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Coleman's coming up next.
Jeremy Coldiron racing for Clint Garrison today. He had the second fastest time on Hill 1, and honestly, he was further down the pack. He was one of our, towards the end of our drivers for Hill 1, and we all thought that hill was so slick. We didn't expect a time like that to come out of it. So let's see what Jamie can do on Hill 2 now.
That buggy.
That old 427.
So that buggy suspension looks like it's absolutely working hard.
Definitely dialed in.
There's our time right there. I think that's going to be in first place.
I don't think he's at the top yet.
I think it's going to be it. Unless there was an issue right there.
There it is. Oh. 46.269. Oh, man, so close to Cooper Bentley's 46.1. Wow. So Cooper's still in the lead, now followed by Jamie Coldiron with a 46.2. Cooper with a 46.1. And then Brandon Davis with a 47.3. Ethan Martin is on the line now. These are some nice courses today, aren't they, William? A little bit of everything out here. We say that a lot, but I mean, it really is true. Clyde and the crew do a good job of keeping things creative and using, the park's natural resources or whatever it has in it.
The characteristics that make it special.
Yeah.
Like, these kind of hills, they don't really exist where you have really long, straight hills, but have a creek to run off of like this. I think this is good for Dirty Turtle, running something a little different than what we would normally see, where we have the monster hills. I think this is a good change, a little something different.
Ethan Martin out on the course now in tunnel vision.
Ethan Martin is quickly becoming one of my favorite drivers. That dude's a mess, man. He's so funny all the time. I literally never know what he's gonna say. It's always just funny every single time.
I would love to see the GoPro footage of Ethan and Wade Ethan riding with Wade when they hit that ledge in the creek.
And Ethan, that chassis is new for this year, and it's a Batcave Customs chassis. I think it's the first chassis that shop has actually fabricated out. Obviously, we said earlier it's glow in the dark too. So cool to have him, but it looks like those tires were absolutely set on kill, and we're going to get a really quick time here, I think, for Mr. Ethan Martin.
A 4:8.024. That's a fourth place time right now. Cooper Bentley is still in the lead with a 46.1. Then Jamie Coldiron running for Clint Garrison with a 46.2. Brandon Davis with a 47.3, and then Ethan Martin with a 48. Daniel Callahan with a 50. Those are your top 5 currently for Hill 2.
I know how excited Cooper is to have that first place spot right now.
And he came out the gate first driver on Hill 2.
Yeah, big.
Just set the bar so high for everybody right
now.
now.
Cash did come out first on or near the front, and that did help out his time. He said that's his statement. We'll see if going first really is the big make or break for today. Yes. I like this old World War II style airplane, wrap he's got on there. A little something different than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I don't know what he calls this rig, but kind of looks like an old bomber style.
Absolutely. Woo!
4:5.850.
Wow.
That is our new fastest time for Hill 2. Justin Mitchell
Very
now leading the pack.
Very fast time
That
there.
means Cooper Bentley is now in second.
I apologize.
Coldiron down to third.
I apologize, Cooper, for just bringing light to the fact how happy you were for sitting in first, then to have it immediately removed. I will keep my comments to myself.
Jacob says he calls it Warhawk.
Warhawk, I like it. That's a
too.
good name. Sounds like a superhero.
It does.
Wade Good's on the line.
All right.
On the line.
Wade Good is getting lined up. Shout out to Justin Hoback for always helping out on the starting line.
Both Hoback
and
brothers.
Colton Hoback, yes, for also always being on the course, quick to help out with recovery.
Always here, every race, no excuses. That's a huge dedication and a huge sacrifice for this race league.
Looking good through the rad flow suspension section. He's hugging that left side.
That's a fast boy right there.
Can he beat the 45?
Good job.
Woo, son.
That was a good run.
4:4.362. Holy cow, they just keep getting faster and faster. Wade Good now in the lead with a 44. Justin Mitchell in second with a 45.
You go in there, tell that you heard
Cooper
it.
Bentley down to third with a 46.1.
It's getting tighter and tighter
We're
here.
only halfway through. Hill 2 with the RCV Performance Unlimited Series presented by CA Technologies.
Cash is on the line.
Cash LeCroy
Cash
on the
is
line.
on the line.
Now Cash was he was in the mix. He was in the top 6 for hill number 1. So I'm curious
For
if
hill
he can. Cash
Cash was fastest time. on
for hill number 1. What was his time?
57.938.
I misread a time on here. That's my bad. So, like I said, Cash first place.
Definitely in the mix there.
Yeah, this is going to be bear with me, y'all. This is going to be a really important run for Cash. So,
Yeah, he's got something to defend here for sure.
this is a first place or potentially outside of that.
Wow, this weather is nuts today.
I've never seen weather that is so hot, so windy, and then in the next step, it's so cold.
Well, you did get pushed down a little bit. You're in 4th right now.
Broke out my walker that time, didn't it?
How much did Jamie beat me by?
About a day and a half.
Ethan, you were a 48.0. Jamie was a 46.2.
30 seconds.
Whoa, buddy! Cash is really moving some dirt.
Up that hill.
Oh man, this is going to be an important one right here.
Cash is hot.
Let's see how hot that money is.
45.551.
Man, oh man.
That's 2nd place right now behind Wade Good. Wade with a 44.3. Cash now with a 45.5. And then Justin Mitchell with a 45.8.
Okay,
All right, we've got Travis on the line running for Christy Hutchins today. Old Cash. You want to give us a top 5? Did you get sorted?
Those are total times. Those are final times. Look how close that is. Just doing a little bit of early analysis here on our final times for the day, and I can tell you right now that our battle for top 3 is going to come down to less than 1 second.
It's going to be tight. All right, Travis Skelton is
All
on
right.
the course.
Our top times currently for hill number 2, I'll give you the top 5 here. In first place for hill 2, right as of now,
45.5.
is Wade Good. Second place, Cash LaCroix. Third place, Justin Mitchell. Fourth place, Cooper Bentley. And then fifth place, Jamie Coldiron. But that is not the final times for hill 2. We still have drivers on course. All right. Waiting for a time there. That was a quick run, it looked like. Wow.
45.630 for Travis Skelton.
Golly.
We now have 3 drivers in the 45s.
That's wild.
Wade Good with a 44 in the lead still. Then Cash with a 45.5. Now Travis Skelton with a 45.6. And then Justin Mitchell with a 45.8.
This is a crazy day of racing.
Wade Good's in first. Wade Good
For hill 2.
for Hill 2. Wade Good. All right, Jeremy Franklin is on the line, and he took a wrong turn on Hill 1.
Did that count as a DNF? Did we confirm that?
It did, yeah. It was definitely sucks for him. It's an easy mistake to make out here when there's several, courses and classes being run on this hillside. So hopefully he's got a good idea of where he's going for course 2 now.
It's crazy that drone is just like chilling
Hovering,
hundreds of feet in the air.
spying on us.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I really love the color of this buggy. It is sharp. Really sticks out from like the tree green. If that makes any sense. Like you see it and you're like you.
That's
it's
not a natural green.
exactly. That's a great way to say that. That's a great camera angle too.
And that's a better view on how steep this portion of the hill is. And even I'm turning around and looking at it right now, and it's even much steeper in person. There it is.
Man, our crowd cheering section there, aka all of the drivers, were chiming in, telling him just to let it go.
They're all yelling at him, letting him know. So I do think that he came out of the creek in the wrong area again.
That's no good.
I think we had some more confusion.
Yeah.
Folks, all I got to say is, if that was me out there racing, I'd probably done the same thing. I'd be so excited. I'd take the wrong trail.
Oh man, I hate to see it for him again. Jeremy Franklin had a little more confusion once again. Came out of the creek in the wrong spot. That does mean that's a DNF. But you know what? He finished, even though he was on the slightly wrong course. So good for him coming on out. We love having new drivers join us out here. And we'll get you a map to tape to the steering wheel next time.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll help.
That is a bummer.
Listen, I really do get the confusion out here, though, because when I was trying to figure out the course earlier, it's a lot going on.
It is. Now, I'll comment on this, too. I'm not sure. We haven't asked today how the live feed quality is, but I don't know if you can see that screen in there, Bree. That's 4K right there. We just got, it looks like we just got upgraded on our camera, and it is really, really high quality. So I hope that that's coming through on the live feed.
It's looking pretty good on what I can see here. How's it look on y'all's end?
Dan Carter on the line. A little bit of bad luck for Mr. Dan Carter on hill number 1.
All right, Dan, keep it on all fours this time.
Now, and again, unfortunately, Dan is running on behalf of Zach Whitehead this weekend, and I believe Dan said that Zach is somewhere in 5th for the total points race.